Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Health Today, the segment where we bring you a clear and reliable information about topics that matter to your well-being. Today, we will be taking a closer look at an essential part of the human body, the male reproductive system. How does it work? What organ does it include, and why is it important? Let's break it down right now. First of all, the male reproductive system is made up of both internal and external organs that work together to produce, store, and transport sperm cells. Externally, we find the penis and scrotum. The penis is the organ responsible for releasing both urine and semen. The scrotum is a pouch of skin that protects the testicles and keeps them at the ideal temperature or sperm production. Internally, the testicles play a role. They produce two essential elements: sperm, testosterone, and which is the male sex hormone of the man.
So, how does the system actually function? Once the testicles process sperm cells, they move to the epididymis, where they mature and are temporarily stored. From there, they travel through the vas deferens, a tube that transports them to the internal glands. One of the most important glands is the prostate, which adds a nourishing and protective fluid. This mixture forms what we know as semen. Finally, during ejaculation, the semen exits the body through the urethra, which runs through the penis. The male reproductive system is not only essential for reproduction, but also has a major influence on physical traits, voice changes, muscle mass, and other characteristics regulated by testosterone. This is why maintaining good habits is important, such as practicing proper hygiene, using protection during sexual activity, getting medical checkups, and avoid excessive alcohol and tobacco use. And that wraps up our brief overview of the male reproductive system. Staying informed helps us make healthier and more conscious decisions. Thank you for joining us on Health Today. I'm Alonso, and we'll see you in our next broadcast.